Hi everyone, welcome back. So in this video we will add the modules inside the main.tf because that's how we want to structure the Terraform code. To make it to keep it simple and straight. Let us do that. So I have given a prompt to add module section inside main.tf, this one, main.tf inside the infra folder, and let's see if it is able to do that. So it has put the modules under the main.tf along with the variables getting declared, right? So you have the module IAM S3 Lambda, and since a Lambda requires these variables, it has put these variables here, right? And then the modules and the output, right, which is fine. Only thing is we have to tell the basically Copilot that all these variables are not going to come as a config under environments dev. So there would be only a few variables which would be set as environment specific variables, for which values would be set based on the environment. Other resources would be auto generated, and they would basically point to each other instead of we providing them ARN, right? For example, if your Lambda requires a role ARN, I don't need to configure that role ARN in the environments dev tf-vars file as a value. It can directly get it from the IAM module, because IAM module is sending that as an output, right? So that's where the outputs come into picture. So whatever IAM is generating, the role ARNs of the lambdas and the step functions, those values can be used by other modules, right? Instead of these values getting set in dev-vars, because the setup gets created in a sequence, right? And there is a way in which we can have these settings in place so that we have the role ARNs getting created first and then followed by Lambda, because Lambda requires role ARN as an output, as we have already seen, right? So unless and until it is really required, we don't need to give any of the values. That is the last thing. Or I mean, it's not a recommended way. Even if you have an ARN, but ultimately you have to put a logic to that as to why you require a config for that particular property, right? So what what we need to tell is that only these are the variables which are going to come under dev.tf-vars, which is your environment variable file, so to speak. So we have to traverse it to the main.tf of the environments dev, and then to infra root under infra variables.tf. Okay, and other variables values would get would come from the modules which have got created before that particular module. So that's the idea. We'll see how that happens. Let me put this prompt first. We have the dev.auto tf-vars getting created. Only thing is sometimes you may have to change few things here and there. I'm also refining my prompts as I understand how the Copilot is behaving on those prompts, so that the prompts I put next time are more refined, and we don't have to change much stuff. And plus I'll be putting the refined prompts cheat sheet only, so that it helps you also when we learn from the outputs. So as I had mentioned, only the environment, project, and the region, these are the three variables which would basically come from your environment config, or from the user, what you would put or set as a value for each of the different environments. Other variables would get auto set from other modules as and when they are created in sequence, right? So these would be environment specific key value pairs, which you would basically provide as a user outside. And remember, this region is very important. uh, the region is very important because it can basically screw your entire setup. So make sure to provide the right region. Generally I take US East 1 as the default region for most of my projects. Okay, so here we have the main.tf which got created. The issue is that we have to add these variables. So just act on the suggestion, and you would have those variables getting created. Okay, uh, so you don't want any default as such for these variables, because we are setting them anyway in our dev.tf vares file, right? So I think we are fine here. You can put a type if you want. Okay, so what happens is the value of these variables, they get traversed from your environment config, that is your dev.tf vares, this particular folder, the main.tf. We have given this source to traverse it to the infra root, right? And you will see that the values which you are giving there would appear here, the value of those variables, right? Okay, now if you look at the usages, it will also show you the usage here. That means this particular region variable is the same variable we talked about under dev.tf vares file, right? Yes, so I think mostly we have achieved what I wanted to in this video. We have the variables which would traverse from your dev.tf vares to your infra main.tf. After that, I'll explain how the different modules would have those properties set, based on other modules, in the next video. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.